Yes, people, welcome back to Football Ferreira channel. Man United 1, Charlton Athletic 0. 10 minutes to go. Still only 1-0. Let's see if Charlton can get one back. Free kick for Charlton. Remember, new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and smash the like on this video. Really appreciate the support. And straight after the game, we're going to be reviewing the game, and also I'm going to go through of Gareth Bale has retired of football at the age of 33. Is Gareth Bale a legend or not? You will find out once the game is over, once I review the Man United against Charlton, and then we're going to go through Gareth Bale, the Welsh legend for some of you. But let's find out. Charlton, let's get all. Come on, still possible. 10 minutes to go. Big up to everyone in the chat. Really appreciate the support. Keep smashing the like, people. Charlton cross. That was close. That was. Vamos, vamos. Onto the ball. My man says, vamos, vamos, vamos. Going here. Dalival says, come on, Charlton. I don't want United to win a trophy. I know, but the funny thing is, Man United is still in all 4 competitions this season. And they might win, but we're going to beat them, by the way, in the Europa League. Cannot wait to play them. I cannot wait to see their faces crying. And that Silva says, vamos, Charlton. Yes, Man United inside of the box. Maybe 2-0. Ooh. Eriksen was close. Nez, centre-back from Charlton. What a challenge that was. He's just stopped from Man United to score a second goal and basically kill the game. Charlton's still alive. Charlton's still alive. Charlton is still alive. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Big up to you, my man. Onto the ball. Really appreciate the support. Vamos, vamos, vamos. And yes. And also on the other game is Newcastle. 5 minutes to go. Newcastle is beating Leicester 2-0. With me for the last 5 minutes of the game, I've got in here my man, Steve. How are you, Steve?
Absolutely phenomenal, man. I am doing fantastic. We're going to we're going to a cup semifinal. First time in 18 years.
I know. Really good.
I'm doing amazing, man. Oh,
so good. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I bet you're happy. Yeah, Newcastle's still 2-0. How long you got left? 5 minutes?
Yeah, about. Yep. I say Maximan just came on. So
yeah, that's good. By the way, it's good to have you back in my channel, my man. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, thank you.
We're just going to see the end of Man United game, and then because they're both going to finish at the same time, so then I can review Man United, then you can give your thoughts as well on Newcastle. I mean, I think Newcastle's going to go for it. If they're liking the draw on the semi, we don't know who they're going to get. They might get Man United, they might get City, they might get Nottingham Forest as well, and who is the other one? I forgot.
Southampton could possibly advance against Man City. It's unlikely, but Wolves, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, Wolves, Nottingham Forest. You never know. Learn, my man, in football, anything can happen. But definitely, I would love to see Newcastle.
I mean, Man United aren't out the woods yet. They're threatening to score against Charlton. They need that second goal, though.
I know, and they've been bored. Man United in the second half have been shocking.
Yeah,
nice inside the box.
I mean, they're getting the job done, but.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting the job done. They're winning, but it's not. We haven't seen a brilliant Man United style. What a save from the Charlton keeper. Eriksen.
That's a fantastic save. Yep, dive down to his left. Wow.
Maynard. He's been having a good game. He's playing well. By the way, big up to everyone in the chat. We'll definitely go through everyone once the game is over. Good evening, Millie. Good to see you again. Much love to you, darling. And yeah, people, remember also to support Steve's channel. We'll be dropping his link soon. Let's see. Once the game is over, is Newcastle? How long you go? Let me just check.
4 minutes until 90, and then there'll probably be 2 or 3 minutes added time. Corner in. Ooh.
You were lucky, man, Steve, because you got about 10 tailies with you at a minute.
I have I got 3 other games on, or 4. Sorry, I'm watching PSV versus who is it? Sparta Rotterdam. I got Inter versus Parma and Man United and Charlton. And that might be.
Is Inter still losing 1-0?
Yep. That's the 1-0 Inter.
That's a massive surprise.
Or sorry, 1-0 Parma. Yeah, with Buffon in goal.
Yeah, I watched the goal at half time. I was watching the highlights and stuff, and I was trying to watch a little bit, but it's hard because I only got one tele, and then I got my phone, and of course you need your phone to do stuff, and then I love to have my phone with me to wind in all the people, all the Tottenham fans, and all the people that says Gareth Bale is a legend and all that kind of stuff. But who scored a second goal for Newcastle?
Joe Linton.
Joe Linton. What a player
from the left.
What a player.
He's tremendous. Absolutely tremendous.
The way he's transformed. Come on, his natural position. Do you know he started as a striker?
Yeah, he's still at Newcastle. Yeah, with Hoffenheim, he was most successful at left midfield, left center mid, and I think Eddie Howe realized that too. So he just told Joe Linton, let's move you down to midfield, because and that's what a good coach and manager does. You can evaluate your players. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where can I put you positionally? And where can I set you up to succeed?
Exactly. And this is what I said, Steve, about I think Eddie Howe is an amazing manager. I think he's going to become a top manager. This is what I say about a lot of football managers out there, right? And no, even if you haven't got a good squad, even if you haven't got the players that, to use the tactic you want to, you need to work around them. You need to know what is the best position.
Get the most out of who you have.
You have to. Look what Eddie did with Jonathan. Jonathan's been one of the best Newcastle players this season. The guy is absolutely a monster, a box-to-box. The guy is everywhere. What a player. And I remember watching Jonathan, beginning of his career, he was like a striker and stuff. And I was like, he wasn't doing anything. And it was like, and now you see him, absolutely, what a player. But yeah,
honestly, it's crazy, man. And you know what? Actually, who he reminds me of, because he's playing off the left when you look at the lineup. You know who else does that? Valverde at Real Madrid. He's listed as a winger, but he drops back a lot and does work all around. So basically, Joe Linton, maybe Eddie Howe took a page out of Ancelotti's book. Goal Inter, Lautaro.
No, that's actually a good point you're making.
Yeah,
good. You're comparing between Valverde and Jonathan.
Different players, but they're doing positionally. They're set up as a winger, but they oftentimes drop back. So
I mentioned that the other day because I reviewed the Villarreal Real Madrid at the weekend, and I said about Valverde. Valverde's been absolutely unbelievable this season. Had a poor game against Villarreal, but he's that kind of player. Most of people think he's a right winger, but he's not. He's like, he just transformed himself into a right winger at times, but he's not. What a player. Yeah, very similar to Jonathan.
Yeah, no, it's I literally just thought of that too. I'm like, because I've been noticing he's been listed as a left winger, but I'm like, guy drops back though into midfield. I'm like, who else does that? And I'm like, oh yeah, Valverde. So yeah, clever from Eddie Howe. Really clever.
Can Charlton get a goal back, man? That would be amazing.
It would be. And Man United would probably deserve to,
Come on, cross the box. Maguire, come on, Charlton. Come on. Oh, my fucking God, man. Come on. All he had to do is just fucking take the risk and have a shot, man. It would just be so nice to see. Man United may score a second goal. Grenache inside the box. Rashford lost the ball. Come on, big up to everyone, people. I will definitely go through in the live chat once the game is over, people. Really appreciate the support. Keep smashing the like. And please do the usual stuff. Newcastle is probably almost over now, isn't it?
Yeah, there's So it's
Man United just score now.
4 minutes left in Newcastle game.
Absolutely
Yeah,
silly,
Rashford again.
Yeah.
Rashford again.
Yeah, I know. Silly ball. You know, the Charlton player lost the ball. He thought it was a free kick, and then straight away.
Damn. Rashford's
Very good counter attack by Man United, by the way.
Rashford has been on fire this season, by the way.
Unbelievable. What a player. What a player he's been this season.
Huh? I'm not his biggest fan. I don't rate him like some people do. But clearly, he's got the confidence just to, oh my Lord. Ten Hag is just, he's doing an exceptional job. I mean, they didn't play great today, and they heavily rotated their starting. I mean, you got a 17-year-old starting.
Well, to be honest, yeah, Mayana or Mayana something. Yeah, he actually played well in the first half. And with Rashford, it's the same to myself. I have never been a massive fan of Rashford.
Good. Yeah.
I always thought he's good, but he's so poor of his finish. But he actually has started learning how to finish, and this season he's been on fire.
Yeah, I've always thought of him as kind of. Sorry,
he definitely got the talent to become a very, very, very good player. That's for sure. He's working on his finish at the minute. Like this season's been amazing. Yeah, Man United hasn't played well. I don't think Man United has been playing well this season. They've been getting results. That's the most important thing. Is that a penalty?
Nah.
I don't think so. I even showing their highlights now.
Ooh. I'm very confident about Newcastle in the. I think we could draw anyone at home in the Carabao Cup, and I'd feel confident, even if it was City. Bruno, go on, Joe.
4 minutes. And how long left on Newcastle game?
A minute and a half. Minute and a half. We want that third goal. We're absolutely. Go on, Bruno. Go on. I think I don't know. From a Charlton point of view, I feel like they just didn't go for it.
There's not enough quality. That's the thing. The problem is with this team. You saw Oxford yesterday. I don't know if you watched the game against Arsenal.
I did. Yeah.
Like physically, they were strong in the first half. Tactic, they was good. But you know, this kind of teams like Man United and Arsenal playing against this League One sides, the quality will always come on top in the second half, and it will make the difference. And we saw again today, like I said, it was Man United. Yeah, they had the most chances through the game first half, but it wasn't that Man United that you expect to dominate a League One side. And Charlton, that's the thing. They do have physical. Their work rate is unbelievable. They do fight. But you can tell, right? League One teams, Championship teams, physically they are very, very strong teams. But then when it comes to playing against Premier League sides, the quality will always come on top. If you don't take your chances, like Charlton did not have a chance basically in our first half. But second half, there was times that if there was that extra quality, if they have the quality in there, they probably would have scored today.
Yeah.
Finished now. Man United score now again.
Final.
Oh my God, 3-0 now.
You must be a little bit ahead of me.
I know. Sometimes I don't know why people seems to be ahead of me in a live chart, and sometimes I'm like a minute behind. And I was like, what the hell again? Charlton lost the ball. They were trying to another counter-attack. And
another Rashford goal. I'm sorry. And you know what? That he's already got insane confidence, comes on and scores a brace, and it looks
He's
easy.
just crazy with Rashford, honestly.
It's like the game. It's like he's playing in slow motion. He's seeing things before they happen, and it's just like he makes it look effortless.
Yeah,
and you know what? When he was out of form, everything was difficult.
Good finish as well. A very, very good finish.
Yeah, so composed. Oh my word!
The way he controlled the ball as well.
Yeah, the first touch off his left just to roll it on. Yeah, that was class.
Very, very, very good finish. I don't think he's offside, but nah, he's not offside. Surely he's not. Oh.
Tell you what, if you were to give me City away or Man United away, I think I'd probably take City away at this rate because Rashford is he's automatic, man. Is it two-legged or is it one? Two legs usually.
Semi-final, yes, it will be 2 legs.
That's what I thought, but I also heard something on Twitter, and it could be just people, making up stuff. Who knows? That it was like, oh, it's what's it called? It's because of fixture congestion, they'll do one game. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look it up right now, actually.
Yeah, better look up. I'm pretty sure it's 2 legs.
I'm pretty sure it is too. Yeah.
Big up to everyone in a chat. As Steve is looking to see in a semi-final, let's hope that is a 2 legs. Let me just go through everyone in the chat.
Yeah.
Just bear with me, people. Just bear with me, my people. Right, big up to
it. It is 2 legs. It is. It's 2 legs.
It's 2 legs, yeah. And
okay.
Onto the ball says Vamos, ciao, Millie.
What's up, Millie?
Hope you're doing good, everyone. I think United beat Barcelona. So Dalival says he thinks United beat Barcelona Europa League since they are in a great form. Rashford looking good and Bruno looking good. What Bruno? What Bruno Fernandes? That little rat that mans all the time about the ref. Ref.
With his freaking buck teeth.
He could not play today due to
suspension.
Suspense and I believe we're gonna be Man United, but anyways, I do respect your opinion. And onto the ball says big up Steve. Sorry, his name is Steven or Steve?
Steve, you could call me whatever. Steve, Steve-O, Stevie.
And we've got Millie in here, Tom, Newcastle fan. Steve, Millie says hello to you as well, Steve. So much love in the live chat. Dalival says Newcastle scare me as a Liverpool fan since we have owners that do not spend while you have owners that spend lots of money. They will be spending lots of money. And Newcastle, let's not forget, they have in the Premier League, the only game they got big this season was against Liverpool, and that was after. We all know what happened. But anyways, Millie says, oh my God, big up, Luke. I really appreciate the support, my man. And your live was intense. I think she's talking about Luca's live, back and forth. And we definitely needed 2 midfield and a striker. Arsenal, she's talking about Arsenal. Millie, your points about not spending big and getting players during the transfer. Be great. Honorable says, Rafa Benito doing with Dark Guy. Seeing he wasn't a striker in the Premier, so convert him to right mid. Yeah, that's very true. That's actually a good point as well. And what a player, what a horse. I used to call him a horse, He was a hard work as well. He was a tough guy, that's for sure. And Dalival says, sorry, I've went through that. Millie, I was talking about Liverpool and the great Steven Gerrard today. Onto the ball, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Steven Gerrard. There's been better players than Steven Gerrard, but
I was about to say he ain't the GOAT.
Nah, he was an amazing player, that's for sure. Millie says, I know he was just a great player. I remember he had all these clubs knocking, but he chose to stay at Liverpool. Yes. True, Raz, but Liverpool can afford an off-season.
No, they can't. I would disagree with that comment, to be honest. I don't know. What do you think about that?
What? Which one?
Liverpool can afford an off season.
Not sure about that. I think Liverpool is going to really struggle in the summer transfer, especially if they don't get top 4 as well this season.
Like, think about it. Think about if you're a Liverpool fan, this is the best era that you've seen in quite a while, right? And all you have to show for it is essentially a one-time buffet of pretty much every trophy, and that's it. Like, why can't you get 2 Champions Leagues in there, or 2 Premier Leagues, or or even 2 FA Cup? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know if you can afford. A Klopp's not going to be around forever.
That's
you want to get the most of it. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just how I would, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd feel about it. But
yeah, most of Liverpool fans already claiming they want Klopp out. But by the way, big up to everyone. Lucas says, big up to you once again, Luca. Luca thinks Spurs will beat Arsenal on Sunday.
I think so too, actually.
Do you think?
I can't logically explain it. The only way I can justify it is that Spurs beat Arsenal at White Hart Lane and Arsenal beat Spurs at the Emirates. If you look at head-to-head, it's pretty straightforward. It's an Arsenal win at home, Spurs win at home. Arsenal win at home, Spurs win. Both of them teams haven't beat each other away from home or even gotten draws for 7+ years. So
yeah, it's true. I agree with you. And I actually was checking that the other night, and Millie says, Luca, have some faith. Luca's like this. Luca, when it comes to his team, Arsenal, he always have that mind.
Pessimist.
Like a lot of people, yes, but he's like a lot of people take him as like he has a negative mind. Like he never seems to be positive about Arsenal. But then, I don't blame him for, come on, Arsenal bottled the 4th place last season. Like, should never have bottled. And like the previous years as well, so I do get his side, but he's negative. He's very negative sometimes. But big up to Luca anyway, and I hope you're wrong, Luca. I hope Arsenal beats Tottenham. I cannot stand at Tottenham, my man. Millie says Tottenham are shocking this season. I know, but then the thing is, when it comes to these kind of games in the derbies,
form goes out the window.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I was actually
you should know that too. Versus Espanyol, you guys regularly just cruise past them.
The funny thing is, Steve, and I actually mentioned that it was yesterday, and I said we were talking about the game on Sunday, and I said, look at Barcelona, right? When we played Espanyol, right? They've been shocking this season. They've been really poor, but when it comes to this kind of games, don't just forget who's performing better, because that just means nothing in a derby.
Catalan derby. It's
it doesn't matter, because they will go out there, they will put the performance of their life. They hate each other, they're going to put a fight, so it's going to be completely different. And for sure, they probably try 5 at the back. Spurs most likely will start with 5 at the back. That's how they play in a way. And Lucas says, we never win at line. Steve just mentioned that, and I actually was checking that head to head the other day. There seems to always be the struggle, because last season I know Arsenal was down to 10 men after war. I can't remember, half an hour, 20 minutes.
It was
Tottenham beat them 3-0, and that 4th place, I don't know how Arsenal bottled. I'm still thinking about that 4th place.
You know why they bottled it? Because
I know, and they lost you as well away.
On a Monday. I'll never forget that game. We put in a hell of a performance. That was definitely. I'll never forget that game. I'll never forget it. Oh man.
Definitely. But Steve, my man, look, let's quickly go before I finish off in the chat. There's so many comments. Like, I really appreciate the support and the love, people, and also please check Steve's channel, right? And Steve, can you just quickly give your shout before I start? I'm going to review Man United game in about 5 minutes. Then I'm going to move into you to review the Newcastle against Leicester game as well. What is your channel? Let me try and get your channel up as well. I'm going to leave on a live chat as well, so everyone can subscribe and show some love to you.
Yeah, it's Strasbourg Steve on YouTube. Strasbourg.
He's on his way to 200 subscribers as well.
200? Wait, really? Holy shit.
I said, on your way. You've got like 100. You've got 100 something, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
So
130 last time I checked. 130. Yep. So yeah,
yeah,
on the 2.
people, I just drop Steve
Thank you.
link on a
Appreciate
live chat. If you could please do a massive favor and please subscribe to Steve's channel. I'm not going to share my screen because Steve isn't here with me, but I am going to go through quickly. I'm going to review Man United game. Then I'm going to also probably just give my man off the match right away. Then Steve's going to go through Newcastle against Leicester. That ends 2-0 off. 2-0. I know Man United won 3-0. We seem to always forget how Rashford still come on and score 2 goals. What a season he's having. But otherwise, yes, quarter-final, Carabao Cup, you do expect, Man United playing against a League One side, expect Man United to make a lot of changes. They have a massive, massive game on Saturday for the league against Manchester City. So you do expect Tehan to make a few changes. And he did, put a few youngsters in, like, Garnacho and Maino as well. Maino surprised me. I thought he was really good in the first half an hour. The way he was getting the ball, the movements as well, his connection with Antonio and like Garnacho was really good. I thought Fred had a good game today. I'm not a fan of Fred. I think he's really
inconsistent.
Sorry,
Fred is far too inconsistent for my liking. Yes. Sorry to cut you off.
I'm not a fan of Fred, but Fred actually played well. He hit the post in the first half. What a free kick. What a goal that could have been. And yeah, Man United in the first half had another 2 good chances, apart from Antonio goal. Antonio goal was beautiful. What a finish that was from outside the box. What a finish that was. Absolute beautiful finish. But in second half, a very poor Man United. Man United come out in the second half, like chilling, relaxing for, the game is over. No, I could not see it that way. And tactic, Charlton was good. They was holding themselves physically. They were strong. I've mentioned already at the beginning of this live stream saying that the problem is that this League One sides that do have the physically, they're going to make it hard for you for the first 45, 50 minutes. But then, of course, the quality will always come on top. That's what happened at the end, Second half, Man United, very poor. Tehan was realizing that Man United needs some changes to try and score a second goal to relax more because, Charlton could any moment had a good chance and score. They did, but it was that last touch, last shot. There was taking ages to have a shot and to try and as well. So then, the change clearly made a difference. Rashford come on. I know his goals come out, at the end basically. Rashford, second goal that completely killed all the dream from Charlton come in a 90-minute, right? But before that, very, very tough. Yeah, Man United still had a few chances. I think Garnacho had 1 very good chances. Eriksen had 2 very good chances when Eriksen come on. And basically that was it. I just thought the difference today was just the quality from Man United's players comparing to the quality of Charlton players. But Charlton, I think Charlton deserve the credit for only losing 3-0, but let's not forget, Man United 2 goals come basically after the 90 minutes. And Charlton definitely put a massive fight in their tactic. That was really, really good. I actually enjoyed them tactic. I thought they basically wasn't given Man United enough spaces, enough gaps to break them through the middle, even on the side, on the first half, yes, in the first 25 minutes, but then in the second half, there was even better organized, and you would think that, they would be tired. But yeah, the difference between today was just the game, that the quality that Man United have, the quality of the players that definitely made a difference. Rashford with 2 goals, that second finish, like you've mentioned, Steve, the way he controlled and then the way he finished, wow, what a season he's having. Definitely having a great, great season. And also, people, before I move into Steve to review the Newcastle Leicester, because I did not watch, because I only have the chance to watch 1 game. And let me give my man of the match. Let me know who was your man of the match as well between the game Man United against Charlton. Please let me know what was your thoughts. It's a tough call. Definitely, because you have Rashford coming on, still scoring 2 goals, but he's definitely no man of the match.
I'll be right back. By the way, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, you got Fred, who played really good, until he actually come off. I thought Fred today was good. You had, Lisandro Martinez actually had a good game today. Maguire, okay, second half, a few challenge. And, but that first half, he got, megged in that first half. Maguire is just shocking. But by the way, big up to everyone that is watching this as well. So, my man of the match today, I'm gonna have to give a player that basically played the whole 90 minutes. For me, he's gonna have to be between Lisandro Martinez. I thought he was amazing, or even Garnacho. Garnacho was good as well. Like space hard because Fred was actually good. He actually impressed me in our first half. So when it comes to I love giving moment of the match at the end of every game, but do you know what? When it comes, sometimes it's so hard to actually give the man of the match, just because that you have 3 or 4 players that basically have an equal performance. Is so hard. Yes, I thought Martinez was solid at the back, was absolute as usually. Martinez is something else. What a player. What a defender. Of course, he's Argentinian. But big up to everyone in the chat. Really appreciate the support. But yeah, he's hard. He's very, very hard to give the moment of the match. But look, I'm not gonna take longer because we've got people in the live chat, and also we've got, you know, Steve to review Newcastle Leicester, but I am going to give to Fred. I know he had to be between Fred or Lisandro Martinez, right? But because I know Fred only plays, I think, was 63 minutes. Let me just double check. Fred only played, yes, around 61, 62 minutes. But look, my man of the match goes to Fred. I'm not sure if you guys agree. If you agree, please let me know in the chat who was your man of the match for Man United Charlton. And yeah, basically review the game. Now move on to my man Steve. Steve, what a win for Newcastle. Reaching a semi-final of, I know a lot of people's going to say it's only a Carabao Cup, no one cares, but look, it's a trophy at the end of the day. If Tottenham celebrate Carabao Cup as, their Champion League, why would Newcastle not celebrate too?
Exactly.
So yeah, my man, tell me about it. How was Newcastle performance today?
Thought we were first half was a bit indifferent. There were some times where Leicester had some control of the game. It started off with a bang, right? Willock starts off in the first 30 seconds of the game, literally dribbles down the left, beautiful cross into Longstaff inside the box, wide open. Ward is out. Longstaff has an open net to shoot and misses completely. And from that point on, I was like, oh no, we can't be missing this. And then there's another chance later in the first half for Longstaff, and another one that he missed. He could have had a literal hat trick at the first half. There was a really good there were 2 chances for Bruno Guimaraes, who I thought was really good. It was unlucky kind of first half. Leicester had 1 chance with Patson Daka when he should have just shot it. If I was a Leicester fan, I'd be kicking and screaming that he did not shoot. He had a chance off the right, decided to go and play in. I forget who it was. I think it was Harvey Barnes off the right. Beautiful defending. Botman just to kick it out a little bit, just ever so gently, and then cleared it out. It was great defending, but Daka made that mistake there, got bailed out of it. Second half comes around, and again we have a chance within the first 45 seconds. It was a Joe Linton off the left, hits the post, goes out, and then we kept chipping away, and eventually big Dan Burn, 6'7", Dan Burn for his boyhood club scores his first ever goal for Newcastle down the left. Great finish to the right-hand post, and then a few minutes later, Joe Linton chipped in and added on, and it was just from there. It was remarkable. So great performance from the guys. I'd say Joe Linton, man of the match, and then if I had to pick someone else, though, I'd probably say Trippier. I thought he was immense again. Almiron was great. I was really impressed. Really, really impressed. Great performance from the guys today. So yeah,
So it sounds like Newcastle had a good performance and
yeah,
a good win. And into the semi-final. Yeah, that's nice. We're gonna go through into the semi-final. We're gonna look Man United, Newcastle as they're through already, and then they will be facing between City, Southampton, Wolves, or Nottingham Forest.
yeah.
And I've mentioned this was a few live streams ago. I said that Newcastle, Man United's still in all competitions this season. Man United still with a chance to win a trophy. By the
Yeah.
way, big up to 46 people watching us right now. Really appreciate the support. Keep smashing the likes, people. New to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and also show Steve some support. His channel link is on a live chat. We'll drop again. Want to go through everyone in the chat. Let me know what was your thoughts as well about today's game, about Man United next games, Man United semi-final in the Carabao Cup, and a very star pool of the season for Man United. Everyone, including myself, I was slagging Man United. I said, there's no way Man United's going to finish top four. There's no way Man United were going to win a trophy this season. And look how things change, right? They're in the top four. They're winning games after games. They're
Yeah.
still in all competitions. They still can win a trophy. And I've mentioned this 2 days ago, and I said, I just got a feeling that Man United will win a trophy this season. My Carabao Cup, my Efl Cup, who knows? But credit to Tehan. Tehan coming to this Man United in a massive mess and made a lot of changes. The like of Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't think we need to go into deep dive with Cristiano Ronaldo's situation because everyone knows. But yes, with the situation in the changing room, a lot of things is changing. Dropping Maguire after even the first games that the media basically was the ones that was starring Maguire for the fact he was English, for the fact he was England captain as well. So yes, a lot changing. Credit to Tehan, and I said, for me, Tehan is a top manager because I like the style of his football. Right, I do think he's very good manager, will become a top manager because his style of football attracts me, and it will take time for him to implement a new. Is a club that is in a mess, right?
Yeah.
And still, it will take him time. Definitely was the biggest risk of his life, the biggest job of his life. A club with the magnitude of Man United, we're not at. But let's be honest in here. So far, he's doing an amazing job because at this stage of the season, Steve, I'm not sure what is your thoughts. I know as a Newcastle fan as well, you're over the moon. You're having a hell of a season, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts at this stage? Would you think after the beginning of the season, all the problems that Man United had, would you think that Man United at this stage is in a semi-final of the Carabao Cup,
Yeah.
in the playoffs of Europa League, and they're fourth in the league, and with good chances as well to get into that third or even second place in the Premier League against City in a weekend? That game is massive, definitely, and and they're still in the FA Cup, so with the chance to win a trophy in all competitions. So yeah, Steve, just quickly into some details about this Man United so far, my man.
Honestly, man, it's a damn shame for them that they're not going to be investing any sort of significant cash in the January window because maybe they could do a lot more. They might have to just solely dedicate themselves. They might have to give up top four to win a FA Cup or Carabao Cup or Europa League or something, or they might have to throw out the cups if they want to get top four. I can't see one without the other, to be honest. Yeah, it's tough. Just the squad depth ain't there, and I think they have been a bit fortunate, and obviously they can't control it. No, it's the luck of the draw, and they've gotten definitely some fortunate. I mean, Burnley at home, Charlton at home. They're going to get Reading at home in the FA Cup. That's three non-EPL clubs. They got Everton, who essentially are a championship club.
Yeah,
I think they're getting relegated. That's an easy draw at home. Game was a bit tougher than I thought it'd be, but I think they won 3-1. So, I mean, there was one more in there, I thought. But anyway, so 4 of those were pretty easy. So he could get away with throwing in the youngsters today, you know what I'm saying, heavily rotate. But if they get a Man City next round in the semifinals, they're going to have to go strong for both of those games. You'd think, because you don't want to lose a derby back to back. You want to try to beat your rivals, you know. So, but then you're going to have to sacrifice in the Premier League, where you're either going to be playing guys way tired, injuries, fatigue. Dalot went off, obviously, for Wan-Bissaka. That's a concern. But he's doing Ten Hag is working miracles. You could, you could, genuinely make a case that he's manager of the season so far, because like of what they were last year and what they are now, and how they're coping with their squad deficiencies. Same thing you could say about Arteta and Eddie Howe. They have deficiencies and shortcomings in their squads. So it's he's doing a phenomenal job. I hate him.
And also, I forgot to mention, Steve. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. Go on. I interrupt all the time.
To mention that Tehan is that kind of manager. He will always give a chance to the youngsters, right?
Yeah.
And we've seen today again when he started, young attacking midfielder, Maino, and Elanga is still young, Garnache as well. He does like to give the youngsters a chances, and that's something that Man United will be pulling out now, because I don't think they will be making massive signage. They are apparently close to sign, Vogt from Besiktas, a player who played in the Premier League last season for Burnley and Netherlands. Yeah, he had a good World Cup with Netherlands. I think, he's a Tehan player. Definitely, he's a Tehan signing. He's Netherlands as well. They know each other. He wants him, so he knows how he's going to use him. I think he's a good player. From what watched him last, the years before, even before he joined Burnley, he had an amazing season last season. But when I saw him in the World Cup, you could tell there's a lot of talent in there, and I think he's definitely going to be a good sign for Man United. A cheap player as well, will not cost him a lot. Apparently, Man United wants to pay a cap in players' wages up to maximum 200k a week. The club's gone through, with the Glazers, want to change a lot of things. But the good thing is with Tehan is like he will bring these youngsters in. He will give them a chance, right?
Yeah.
Man United fans will have to understand that, he's trying to rebuild the team, right? And I'm pretty sure, I'm telling you right now that Maguire will not be at Man United next season.
No chance.
Maguire will definitely not be at Man United next season.
He's leaving. And
players like Maguire will not be, and I could name quite a few that probably will not be at Man United.
Wan-Bissaka.
Yes, and by the way, he came on today, but because Dalot came off injured, so we don't know how serious is his injury. I haven't had the time. I was actually just now on Twitter while you was reviewing the Newcastle game, and anything haven't come up. If anyone knows about Dalot's injury, any updates, please let me know in the live chat, because Dalot's been super good this season for me. I think I've said this season the best right backs in the Premier League was Dalot and Trippier from Newcastle. I thought them two been absolutely beautiful this season.
And Ben White. Ben White is on Arsenal.
Ben White, good spot on.
I think he's terrible at centre back, Ben White, at Arsenal. Yeah. But
that's why I never
great decision, moved right back,
Because at the beginning of the season, I reviewed a few of the games of Arsenal, and I said, Ben White is horrible. He's a shit for the money as well that Arsenal paid Brighton for him. But then he surprised me. Yeah, as a right back, he's been absolutely brilliant. By the way, big up to every single one of you. One more question to Steve about Man United just before we move on. We still got 42 people watching us. Really appreciate the support. Remember, people, takes 3 seconds to subscribe and to like the video. Really appreciate the support. You guys know that myself, Steve as well, we do love the game. We watch football, from 6 o'clock in the morning till midnight. But remember, we put a lot of work into it. So please do us a favor, subscribe to both of the channels. I'm gonna leave the link for Steve channel again. I just drop in a live chat. If you could do a massive favor to support him.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, Steve, one more question about Man United, because you just finished off how they've been so far this season. Yeah, I did not expect them to, be in all competitions by January and fighting into. The funny thing is, Steve, right? If Man United, let's say, I don't think Man United is going to be City on Saturday, but who knows? You cannot predict because anything can happen, right? Especially this season. This season, you cannot predict anything, right? But if Man United beats Manchester City, right? Man United, remember that Man United don't play an amazing football. They know it will take time for Tehan, to actually implement his style, attractive football. Once he have all the players that he wants to play his style of football as well. But they're winning, they're scoring goals, they're winning, and that turns into confidence, right? And they are confident in a minute, right? But let's say, Steve, Man United gonna beat Manchester City on Saturday, right? Do you know what is going to happen? If they beat Manchester City on Saturday, right, they will go up to,
third,
1 point behind. They got the same points as Newcastle, still one game in a hand, but that will be 1 point behind
Man City,
right? Let's say Arsenal drop points against Tottenham, right? Look, I'm just saying this. I don't think this is going to happen, but I'm just saying this, right? Because we never know, right? Look what has been happening this season. Look what happened in the World Cup. Too many surprises, right?
Yeah.
And if Man United beat City on Saturday, Arsenal drop points, Man United's going to get close. Even yourself, even Newcastle, right? And I know you've mentioned Man United only played. They only played Charlton, right? They played Everton as well in the FA Cup and stuff. They've been having quite easy games. Yeah, I do get that. But these kind of games turns you into winning games and confidence as well.
Exactly.
To face these kind of games. And if Man United beat City, Arsenal drop points, I'm telling you that Man United will be up there, that's for sure. I don't know what is going to happen at the end of the season. We're definitely going to have a crazy season. But, Steve, because Man United is still in all competitions, can you see Man United win a trophy this season?
Yeah, I would say that's more likely than top four because you can dedicate. Wait, how many Premier League games we got left? At least 24-ish.
It's because some teams have a game in their hands.
21 games left for Man United in the Premier League. So
yeah,
semifinals of the Carabao Cup. If Man United win the next 3 Carabao Cup games, they win a cup. So that's 3 games compared to 21. FA Cup. Oh, sorry. FA Cup. If you look at we're 4th round. Play the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? That's about 6 games, I believe. 6 games. If Man United win the next 6 FA Cup games, they win the FA Cup. So that's only 6 games. Europa League is about what?
They still go to the playoffs?
4, 6, 8, 9. You know what I'm saying? So if they dedicate their squad, their strong squad to those select games, they could win it with the way they're playing.
Yeah, I don't know what I've mentioned. I say I just got a feeling Carabao Cup or even FA Cup, and who knows, maybe like you've mentioned, Europa League. Yeah. I do believe Barca will beat Man United, and I do strongly believe that Man United, I just got a feeling they're going to win a trophy. But if Man United finish the season, right? If Man United finish the season in top 4, right, Champions League place, and wins like a Carabao Cup or FA Cup or even Europa League, or even if they don't win anything but they go far in all these competitions, I know you're a Newcastle fan, but also you're a neutral football fan, massive fan. You watch a lot of football. You love the game. Yeah. I know you watch Man United like you watch every other team. Yeah. Who would you class Man United if Man United finish top 4 and go far in these competitions or even win a Carabao Cup? I know it's only a small cup, but it's a trophy. That would be amazing. Tehan first season winning a trophy. But would you class a good season?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, for a big club like Manchester United did not have a trophy in
2017, Mourinho in Europa League.
6 years now without that's unacceptable for a club of their stature. So as the quicker Ten Hag breaks that bad voodoo for them, then the better that is for the club and whatnot. And also considering that the Glazers really screwed up the transfer window for them over the summer by being forced to overpay for Antony because they waited too long. They could have got him for cheap, but then they decided to stall to try to get the best deal possible. And then they got desperate and paid 60 mil for Casemiro, who's been worth every penny, but still an overpay. So, and the fact he's not going to get any significant, squad, any signings, like permanent signings for any significant amount of cash. They're looking at Wout Weghorst. I mean, as much as I like Weghorst, he's a Burnley player. He's a Burnley and it's not like, oh, Burnley players can't succeed at Manchester United. You want to get, if you're Man United, you want to be poaching players off of clubs like AC Milan or upcoming players in Ligue 1 or in that league.
I get what you're trying to say, Steve, and I agree with you. But I think he's like not only Man United, his other clubs struggle to sign players.
Right?
Who can they get at the minute? That's the biggest problem.
The money issue. The Glazers don't want to spend money out of their own pocket, and Man United are losing £2.5 million a week or something stupid like that. I heard that. So, I mean, yeah, it would be
Steve. I definitely agree with you, and I think if Man United ends the season in the top 4 and going far, in a Carabao Cup, maybe reach the final, Efl Cup, going far, Europa League, go far, I think it's going to be a good season.
Yeah,
I'm not a Man United fan.
Step in the right direction, considering how crap last year was for them.
And last season was very, very poor. And also the beginning of the season, like I've mentioned, nobody expect Man United to be doing this well now. I think they're doing well because compared to last season, what happened at the beginning of the season, all the problems they had, still in all 4 competitions. But my man, Steve, we're going to give another probably 5 minutes in this live stream because I've got a few questions to ask you. And let me go in the live chat. I'm sorry, everyone, but it's just been a busy live chat. And I've got in here, someone said, Millie, big up to you, Millie. Once again, Charlton are crap. Yeah, I didn't think there was crap today. I thought, for a League One side that, hasn't really got much talent, they did well. They did manage to keep Man United, on a side for a little bit, and yes, the game could have been different. And Ryo, big up to you, my man. He says hello. And right, let me just try to go. Lucas says we won't beat Spurs away, no chance. Arsenal not won there since 2014. Same old Arsenal go and come. Let's wait and see. That's a massive Sunday, super game on Sunday. I cannot wait for that game to review that game as well. Adriano, big up to you, my man. Good to see you back in my live stream again. He says, we will play with 5 at the back because that's affirmation. Like I've mentioned already, because Mealy said they will probably play with 5 at the back, but that's how that's how Tottenham plays. Tottenham plays with 5 at the back, and yes, Lucas says anyway. Charlton were poor. I didn't think they was that poor. I thought they
were all right.
I thought it was tactic that was good as well. And Freeway, big up to you, Freeway, my man. Good to see you again on the live stream. He says Newcastle Leicester was a fun watch. I think he watched that game, and he's a Man United fan as well. So, by the way, Adriano says Charlton were very poor. Their goalkeeper absolutely saved them at certain times. Yeah, they did. He made some quality saves. But like I said, come on, we're talking about League One side. Come on, people. We have to realize, we're talking about League One side, right? Against a Premier League side. Come on.
There's not a player on that Charlton team that makes over £10,000 a month or a week. Sorry.
I know.
But I mean, the other thing is too is like, what was I gonna say? I was just gonna say this. Just because they weren't like okay, offensively, I would agree they were hopeless, right? They didn't offer barely anything. I half-assed watched the game because it was mainly focused obviously on Newcastle, but I didn't remember seeing them get forward a lot. Defensively, they were fine until Rashford came on. To only concede 1 goal up to 85 minutes.
No, until the 90 minutes. Rashford Rashford's first goal, Man United's second goal, come in the 90 minute.
Yeah. So I mean, if you hold Man United to only a goal away from home, like for a League One side, that's not too bad. Offensively, yeah, they were.
And
they
the thing
were not
is, Steve,
great.
right? Man United did made quite a few changes in their first start 11, but then they still brought in everyone. They still played everyone apart from Bruno, who's suspended. So I mean, yes, we can see, we can see in two different ways, right? And like Steve just explained, and Millie says, Steve, are you Canadian? No,
American.
American. Steve is American. Big up to all the American people. Much love to everyone. Adriana says, Marcus Rashford has 25 goals involved in 20 games. 20 goals and 5 assists this season. Crazy numbers. Yeah, I thought he was close to that. Thank you for the information, by the way, Adriano. And this season, so you think he's up there with the world best this season, or at least he has potential to be with the best? I mean, it's hard to compare to put Rashford up there. But yeah, if he keeps going in this way, his average, like you just mentioned, 25 goals involved this season, 20 goals and 5 assists, right? We're talking about Rashford, right? A player that I said, I always thought he was a good player, but he was always a poor finish. But he's actually getting better, his finish, every time you watch him play. Now, he's that kind of player, even coming in for 10 minutes, he's going to grab one chance and going to score one goal. Today, 2 chances, or like 3 chances, scored 2 goals. So we're seeing the Rashfords, in terms of finish, we're seeing the Rashford we didn't see the seasons before. And that's the difference now, isn't Steve? And I'm not sure if you agree.
Definitely agreed. Yeah.
And Freeway says Rashford from since the World Cup makes Gareth Southgate decisions not to play him against France even more baffling. Absolutely spot on. I did not understand why Rashford wasn't playing, especially that performance he had against Wales in the group stage, and even come on against Iran in the first game. I did not get by the way, I don't want to talk about Gareth Southgate because he's a shocking football manager. He does not know anything about the game. Tactic, he's poor. He had one of the best England, if not the best generation of a lot of English talent, and he screwed again like he did in the last Euros and stuff. And Millie says, nope, he's not. I think Millie's saying with the comment above with Adriano. And Steve hit the likes. That's it, my man. He knows the stuff. Dalival says, do you think Newcastle are winning the Carabao Cup? That's what I'm going to go mention with Steve in a minute. I think they will. I would rather Newcastle than Manchester City or Man United. Oh, man, look. Definitely 100%. I would definitely love to see Newcastle, right? Winning, of course. My man, as, Dalival mentioned in here, this was a question that I want to ask you. So you're through to the semi-final now, right? And I'm not sure. Are you signing any ones now in January?
Sorry, what was that? You said.
Are you going to sign any ones in January? Now.
I think we'll make 2 signings. Yeah, I don't see why not. Probably about 2 signings, 2 or 3.
I think you need as well. Can you see Newcastle, honestly, winning the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, I think we could. I think we definitely could, as long as I don't know whether I'd rather have a home tie or a home tie first, or the first leg at home or the second leg at home. I'm trying to think what I'd rather have. I'd probably rather have second leg at home. I probably would, because I don't want to go away to somewhere. Let's say we win 2-1 at home, and then we need to hang on for a 1-0 or something. I would rather do that at home, looking for something. You know what I'm saying? That's probably how I'd like it to shake up, but we'll just have to see. So
yeah, we're just gonna have to wait until tomorrow, I guess, after the games between Southampton, Manchester City, and between Wolves and Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
They will be doing a draw straight after. So, with all the teams left, right, who would you love to face in a semi-final of the Carabao Cup?
Semifinals. Who would I like to get? Sorry.
Who would you love to face in the semi-final?
Give me Man City.
You want Manchester City?
Yes, I do, because I'd rather face them over 2 legs than in a do or die final, because Pep Guardiola in finals is extremely he wins a lot of them.
It's true. Steve.
I would rather knock out the big beast before, I'd rather try to take them out. And also, if we beat them, then whoever we're playing next is going to be less daunting than Manchester City. And if we advance against a Man City, that sends out a message that we're not scared of anyone and that we could beat a team like Manchester City over 2 legs. And so if someone else gets to the final, for me, that would just be that's kind of my philosophy on it. So
you're making a good point with better to face Manchester City in 2 legs in a semi-final than facing in a final. I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
And also, let's not forget, I've watched, quite a few games Newcastle this season.
Yeah.
And I would say probably Newcastle best performance from what I've seen this season was actually against Manchester City. That game was 3-1 up. That game in a halftime could have gone 4-1 up, 3-1 up. I mean, what a hell of a game. What a game of football.
Yeah.
And it was definitely the best Newcastle performance this season. You should have beat City. But fair play to City. But yes, I get what you're trying to say. And let me just go through in the live chat quickly before we end this live stream. Big up to everyone that's still watching. We've still got almost 20 people watching. I really appreciate the support. Millie says, Millie, I'm American, not Canadian. And that was you. Sorry, I thought I was Millie. Sorry, he's tired anyway. Okay. She said, cool. Millie says, I've subscribed. She have subscribed to your channel, by the way. Big up to Millie. Millie's a legend. She is not Gareth Bale. I was meant to talk about Gareth Bale today, but I think I will leave it for the next time. By the way, Freeway says Man United record is shocking against Spanish club. Drew, I think we're going to beat Man United, by the way. And Freeway says City do have off games, so you rather play them in the final. To play them over 2 legs as chances that they're shot up for at least one of the 2 games. Yeah, I get. I get what Freeway trying to say, and also get what Steve trying to say, and with the final, because in 2 legs as well, if let's say Newcastle face City, Newcastle first game is away at the 80 hands, and Newcastle managed to be a little bit lucky because you need
a draw.
And get a draw, or even
a narrow 1-0, 2-1 loss.
Yeah. Anything can happen. It's a Carabao Cup. Like Carabao Cup, these kind of cups, we have a lot of surprises. Especially this season, we cannot predict too much. But Steve, before I go, right, this is nothing to do with Carabao Cup. This is nothing to do with Premier League. This is nothing to do with Man United against Charlton today as I review the game and everything. Just a quickly one, my man. As a neutral football fan, a massive football fan, Steve, honestly, Gareth Bale has announced that he retired from football at the age of 33 years old, right? All I've seen that yesterday, do you know what? I was actually making I was going to do a post about Gareth Bale, but I actually thought, do you know what I'm not doing? I just like to see everyone's thoughts first, right? And all I saw on social media, I know it's only social media. Social media nowadays, it's just shit. It's crap what people talk about, how they see things. And all I see was everyone saying, happy retirement for Gareth Bale. You're a legend. You will always be a legend. You're the greatest British player of all time and stuff. That shocked me. And I think sometimes it makes me laugh. And I think people want to one me up. I just think people like to take the piss of me, wanting me up when they say this kind of stuff. I was a fan of Gareth Bale. I thought Gareth Bale at his prime at the beginning at Tottenham as well. He was an absolutely beast. What a player. I mean, Gareth Bale was But when you look at Gareth Bale, what he did at Madrid, right? A lot of people are gonna say, yeah, he won a lot of trophies. So Gareth Bale basically played club-wise, played 524 games or something, and he scored less than 200 goals, right? And he won multi trophies with Madrid, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he did, but let's not forget he won 5 Champions League. He only played 3 of this Champions League. He won. Out of the 5 Champions League he won for Madrid, he only played basically in 3 of them. Right.
Yeah.
Last season he only played, I think it was 2 games, and 2 of them basically played only 5-10 minutes. Right. So yes, he won 3 La Liga. He won Super Cups in Spain, European Super Cups, Club FIFA World Cup. But let's not forget that Gareth Bale spent most of his career in a hospital bed or in a golf pitch, right? And do you actually class Gareth Bale as a legend?
Certainly up there. Not like top 10 greatest players of all time, maybe top 100, something like that, which is, I mean, still, you can't complain about, in terms of Real Madrid, he has a hell of a legacy. I mean, he screwed up that relationship with fans, but, they ain't going to be building a statue. But, I mean, what a player, what a career. All I've seen from Bale, when I first got into football in 2014, is excellence up until like 2019, 20-ish. Then it just completely anonymous. But yeah, he's a special player, one of Wales' greatest ever players. I mean,
yeah, he's definitely, his career with Wales was brilliant.
Yeah,
because he's the top scorer of all time for Wales with 40 goals.
Got them in a World Cup.
After 111, I think he had 111 caps for Wales, scored 40 goals, top goal scorer in Wales history. He took them to a semi-final of the Euros in 2016. He played amazing that Euros, and the only thing that stopped Wales reaching the final of that Euros in France in 2016 was a player that one of the greatest of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo. And he helped massively Wales qualify for World Cup for the very first time after 63 years or something like that. But then when I look Gareth Bale club-wise, overall he played 16 to 17 seasons. Gareth Bale was at the top for, I would say, a maximum of 4 seasons. He spent most of his career playing golf. And if you actually check his stats, he's not actually that amazing when it comes to goal contributions as well. And Gareth Bale, if you actually check most of Gareth Bale games, if he played club-wise 320 or something games, he probably played about 200 games coming on only for the last 10 minutes of the game. I would never call myself as a neutral football fan, been watching football fan since the beginning of Gareth Bale's career. I would never call Gareth Bale a legend. For his country, yeah, he will be a legend, that's for sure. But club-wise, I would not, because most of the trophies he won at Madrid was basically, well, he was playing golf. Well, he was having a beer, with his mates and spending time in the hospital, pretending he was injured or after getting injured after having, a golf game. And yes, I would not call him. Yeah, Madrid. Yeah, he helped Madrid won 2 Champions Leagues. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did help, but he won 5 Champions Leagues with Madrid. 2 of them he barely didn't play. Yeah, and it's just what I mean about Gareth Bale is all the multiple trophies he won with Madrid. Yeah, he's going down in his books, but most of the trophies he wasn't even playing.
Yeah,
And he wasn't a high level for if he played 17 seasons, he only was good for like 4, maybe maximum 5 seasons. And the stats out there, if people not agree with me, they can go and check it. I would never call Gareth Bale a legend. And you've mentioned the top 100. No, actually I think that was yesterday before I went to sleep, right? That's why I had a nightmare about people saying Gareth Bale is a legend. I went through and I named at least 120 footballers that I would call a legend first, and I would call Gareth Bale.
Right.
Look, the guy was unbelievable, don't get me wrong. The guy had everything to...
Not many players of all time can say they did the things he did, Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And the thing is with Gareth Bale, right? He had everything to become definitely a legend.
Yeah.
But for me, he's not a legend just because he spent most of his time playing golf. And yeah, I mean, I would never call a player a legend. Freeway says, doesn't Bell have the Premier League record for the most appears before getting their first win?
Yeah, something weird like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And Millie says, Freeway, he was playing for Tottenham. What do you expect?
It's about the same, man. Yeah, exactly.
Steve, where did you
get the Saudi flag from?
From
eBay. I get all my flags on eBay. The Paraguay one, the Saudi one. I have a Ukraine one, Poland, a UK one. So I've got a bunch.
Yeah, you got a lot.
Even actually a Cayman Islands one as well.
So, yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
But like I said, yeah, Gareth Bale, come on. He's just in his career at 33 years old, right? Messi had a masterclass World Cup at the age of nearly 36. I know he's Messi. We're not going to compare Bale to Messi, but look at Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Look at Cristiano Ronaldo playing at a high level, until he was 37 years old. Gareth Bale and you know what? Gareth Bale, I know he just won the MLS Cup as well, and he scored a goal as well in a final.
That was a crazy game. Oh,
yeah,
man.
that was. But when you actually look his stats club-wise, he only played 500-something games through his career. Right. And he didn't even score 200 goals. I'm talking about club-wise, right? I mean, his career, yeah. I'm Madrid. If I was at Madrid, if my name was in a squad and I decide to play golf, I would still win in trophies. Look at Hazard, right? Hazard went to Madrid, right? This guy, his career is finished, and he won a Champions League last season. What game do you remember seeing Hazard, contributing for Madrid to win the Champions League last season?
Nothing.
So exactly, but Hazard won the Champions League. You look at Hazard, right? He won the Champions League with Madrid, right? And it's funny how these guys go to clubs like Madrid and Barca and stuff, winning multi-trophies and get classed as a legend, right? I mean,
Martin Braithwaite has trophies at Barca. What did he really contribute? Yeah.
Nah, it's crazy how people think, the way they think. Cullen Gareth Bale a legend. Come on, people. We really need to think before we speak sometimes. I know
185 goals, by the way, for Bale, 553 club appearances, 185 goals.
Yes.
There you go.
Less than 102 goals.
Less than 200, yeah.
Yes, I mean, Mbappé at the age of 18
Holland
more goals than Bale scored for all his career.
Holland as well.
Yes, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So people calling Bale a legend with
Messi scored half the goals and a little under, or around the same as what? How many goals in that 1 year? 92 or something. Messi over a calendar year.
Yeah, he scored 93, 91.
So that's nearly half, about half, whatever you want. Roughly half of Bale's career. He did that in a calendar year.
Exactly.
Playing as a winger, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Bale
was. Messi was more fake 9 when he scored that in 93.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's a fun stats, right? And that's facts as well. Messi has scored in a calendar of year, half of the goals that Gareth Bale scored through his career, right? And people still calling Gareth Bale a legend, right?
Right.
That really warms me up. Really does warm me up, my man. But I have to respect how people think. Everyone has their opinion.
A Welsh legend for sure. A Welsh legend. We're not gonna see Welsh players, maybe in my lifetime, do you think we'll ever see a Welsh player at Real Madrid? Not sure.
It's
possible, but
I was actually
I see why people hold him in high regard. I do, but not. Yeah, there are certain levels where people rate players. I'm very high on them.
And the thing is, Steve, there's certain levels that people call players legend, right? And I think I've seen too many people. I know they're trying to show Gareth Bale support, calling him a legend. He's the greatest British player of all time. He's a legend and stuff. But come on, people, let's be honest in here. He's far from being a legend. But for Wales, I have to take my hat off. And yes, and I've mentioned that I was actually having a chat on Instagram with Mealy, and I've mentioned to Mealy, and I said, Bale wasn't a fantastic talent. When Bale first came out of Southampton, I'm not sure if you remember him at Southampton, you could tell there was so much quality. At Tottenham, the guy was, wow, what a player.
As a left back as well.
Huh?
Started out as a left back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he started as a left
21
back.
goals in his last year with Spurs.
Yeah, but the thing is, he was just, you could tell he was so good to be a left back. And
Alphonso Davies, sort of thing, an opposite.
Definitely.
Alphonso played in his first with Vancouver as a left winger, shifted to left back.
Don't get me wrong, Steve. Gareth Bale for Wales will definitely be up there. The greatest Welsh footballer of all time. The one I've seen in my lifetime, that's for sure.
Giggs is maybe second.
He will definitely be a legend. I have so much respect for Giggs. Giggs as well. Giggs kept his, elegance, a high level, longer than, Gareth Bale did. How old was Giggs when he retired?
Wasn't it 40?
Yeah, something like that.
Wasn't it something? It was something. Wow. Yeah, his longevity, it was from 92 to what, 2010?
Yeah, he's crazy how people still calls Bale a legend. But by the way, yes, for Wales, he's definitely a legend. He did a lot for his country. He did, like I've mentioned already, he took Wales, to a semi-final of
Euros
2016. The only person that stopped them to reach the final was Cristiano Ronaldo in that semi-final, and he helped massively. He was very, very important for Wales to qualify for the last World Cup in 2022. And yes, definitely, he's definitely a Wales legend, but he will not become. He will not be. For me, myself, overall, I will not call Gareth Bale a legend. There's many legends out there, but not Gareth Bale. I'm sorry. But by the way, big up to everyone who's watched this. Really appreciate the support, and you, Steve, as well. Steve, that means the world you coming along. Really appreciate, my man.
Thank you for having me on.
No, my man, you're always welcome. Anything you want to say before we go to everyone I still watching? We still got 8 people watching us, by the way.
Nice. Yeah, no, to end off, just brilliant day. I got work in about 3 hours. Barely slept during the day. I was just so excited for this game against Leicester. Incredible. I'll never forget it. Dan Burn, man. What a way to get your first goal for your boyhood club. So
yeah, definitely
amazing memory. But yeah, to an army. Let's do this. Let's win some trophies, man.
Yeah, definitely will be interesting, my man. And also, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone. Every single one of you that watches stream, that support, that subscribe to my channel, and subscribe to Steve's channel as well. And please, if you haven't subscribed on your way out, do a massive favor, smash the like on this video and subscribe to my channel and also Steve. Absolutely. His link still on the chat. I left Steve channel link on a live chat. People takes 3 seconds to subscribe or to like someone video. We put a lot of work into it. You just heard Steve saying, he go work in 3 hours, but he still makes the effort, to try and bring you guys a great football knowledge, and myself and everyone I support. Really, really appreciate. God bless you all. And Steve, massive thank you once again for coming along, my man. And big up Newcastle. Come on, Newcastle. And yeah, Man United, as you can see now on the screen, beat Charlton 3-0, Carabao Quarter-Final. Man United is into the semi-final. Ciao to everyone, adios, and goodbye. God bless every single one of you. Have a good night of sleep and a nice Wednesday tomorrow. Football Ferreira will be back tomorrow. Not sure what game I'm going to be reviewing, but definitely I'll be back tomorrow. God bless you all. A massive thank you for everyone that support.
Peace. There we go.